Now, as a professional, he has a record consisting of 39 victories, including 33 knockouts, with only one loss, disputed and avenged. And he has captured 4 world titles in 3 divisions, while most experts recognize him as, pound for pound, the best there is. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, presenting the 4-time world champion, the reigning and defending WBA, WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Let's get everybody out. Get them all out. Get them all out. All right, gentlemen. Both of you professionals. I expect you to pay attention to my commands out here. Let's have a good fight. Shake hands. Come out boxing.
8 years ago, Reggie Johnson was briefly brought to Pensacola, Florida, and trained in the gym for a period of time, about 6 or 8 weeks, with Roy Jones's dad, Roy Jones Sr., who was still training his son at that time. Roy Jones Sr. asked Roy to get in the ring and spar with Reggie Johnson. And Roy, after a brief period of time doing so, stepped away and said, "This is nonsense. If I'm going to be measured, I shouldn't be measured against a guy I'm someday going to fight for a title." Jones was right. He knew that their paths would eventually cross.
Reggie's got to make sure he jump on Roy and get ahead on points. Stay ahead on points. You're a challenger. You're supposed to be motivated to get that title. Roy Jones' job is to make certain that he doesn't give this guy too much courage, because once he starts landing one shot at a time, then he's going to fall right into Reggie's trap.
The expectation is that Jones would choose to box and be safe. Even his good friend Derek Smoke Gaynor said to us yesterday, "I want him to box. This should be an easy fight." But Roy Jones said to us, "Well, don't necessarily count on it. I might decide to go ahead and confront him man-to-man in the first round because I think he wants it that way."
He's already starting to go Reggie's way. Roy lands one shot, and it turns into a clinch. Reggie gets in 2 or 3 before all of that happens.
Reggie getting in the little pops to the body, as you saw them in that last clinch. 1 minute down, hard right hand by Jones, and Johnson goes straight on to the seat of his pants. There's the quickness and the power of Roy Jones.
That's the quickness and the power. But you got a long night. You don't want to be doing it with one shot.
Another right hand lead lands on Johnson, and Johnson trying to fight back. Apparently wanting to communicate right away to Jones. That was a flash knockdown. You didn't hurt me that badly.
That punch hurt. Reggie, this is all new to Reggie now. He's into another category.
Jones told us that he felt the straight right hand would be the dominant punch in his arsenal. Already the returns are in.
One thing you want to do is Reggie's corner. You got to let them know where Roy Jones's power range is. You got to keep your hands set.
2 weeks ago, Oscar De La Hoya knocked Obakar down in the first round, and it looked for a moment as though it would be an easy fight. But 10 rounds later, De La Hoya was still fighting before he earned his TKO of Obakar. Another quick right hand by Jones.
Now, Reggie's going to have to set his defense, find out where that shot hurt me, and put his hand right there in that position.
And a cut above the right eye of Reggie Johnson. Little cut just at the corner of the right eye. He was cut in the 12th round of the Will Taylor fight over the right eye. That was back in February. Now, 4 months later, the cut emerges again in the same place.
All of that flash knockdown happened. Reggie sticking strengths with the same strategy, throwing 4 or 5 shots. You're Roy Jones, you don't want him throwing shots. You want him defending himself at all times.
Great right hand lands for Reggie Johnson. Obviously, his plan was to go to the body. But there's a knockdown, there's blood, there's a highly energetic Roy Jones, there's a wildly enthusiastic crowd, and already Reggie Johnson is in an uphill fight.
Get that blood off him, man. Get that blood off his chest.
You're giving him too much time to work, man. He's leaning over at the waist. He can't hurt you if you get close to him.
Let's take a look at the knockdown from 3 angles as you look at the CompuBox numbers that showed Roy Jones fighting economically but effectively. And there's the straight right hand.
Right on top of the eye. And you know, if the guy's throwing one shot, here we go again. And you don't even think it hurts when you punch it with that kind of power. It happens so quickly. Takes a moment for you, before your legs tell you, hey, you're down.
So the knockdown and the cut came from the same punch.
I believe it's in the same area.
Look that way. All of Roy Jones's 12 punch connects in the first round were power shots. I don't think he'll throw too many jabs against a southpaw. And you heard Don Turner telling Reggie Johnson, get inside and don't give him any time to work. Reggie Johnson's listening.
You want to get inside and land as many punches as you can so that you can make Roy Jones following you around, landing one shot at a time.
Looking at Jones in his battles against Mike McCallum, Montel Griffin, and a couple of others, Lou Duval in particular, Reggie Johnson's people, Don Turner most particularly, felt as though if you back Roy up against the ropes, he's not effective. But he's certainly awfully effective when he stands in the middle of the ring like this.
All right, let's go. Get out. Break it clean. Step back.
The thing about this Roy Jones, he's so conditioned. It takes a lot of energy to throw that many power shots. And Reggie's having a difficult time trying to decide which defense is he going to use.
Speed. Speed is the great equalizer in so many sports, and speed is the difference so far between Jones and Johnson.
It doesn't matter who you're fighting, you have a defense. You set your defense. You don't move your hands back and forward. You just set it where the guy's going to hit you.
Johnson getting to the body. Jones backs up. Uppercut by Jones.
Have you noticed Reggie's hands were right in the right spot that time?
Keep him up.
Now he blocks a right hand with his left glove, does Reggie Johnson, and fires a right to Jones's chest. Backs Jones up into the ropes as he goes to Roy's body.
Back up, Reggie. Back up. Watch your head. Watch your head.
A lot of times you think you have to move your hands back and forward, but just setting your defense, you're out of trouble. Keep your hands up at all times.
Jim Lampley and George Foreman live at ringside in Biloxi, Mississippi. Larry Merchant not with us tonight. Home in California for his daughter Julie's graduation from high school. And Jones, having already knocked Reggie Johnson down once in the first round, looks for another one in the second.
Roy Jones is awful courageous. Now he's throwing combinations, which he should have always been doing. Roy Jones, throw your combinations. Although you're powerful, use the 1, 2, 3.
Your punches up, Roy. Watch your lower.
Jones digging up and under with the right hand. And again, this is the 10-second warning, not the end of the round. Elmo Adolph has to let the fighters know that that's not the end of the round. That's the bell that ends the round. Confusing.
Way to play off his jab. That's good. That 4-3 working, baby. Okay. That 4-3 working off his jab.
I got it.
Okay.
Hold the fuck up.
Okay. Get that blood off his chest, man. All right. Way to go. Way to follow his jab up. You follow that jab right back.
When you get close, you want to run, make him run. You got to get close. Cut down his...
About to cut. Ain't nothing we can handle. Relax. Relax.
When you don't hook, step back. Because coming from the straight right, and counter punch. Straight left and right hook. Coming up, you got move to the right, Reggie.
If Elmo Adolph hasn't expressed an opinion to officials at ringside as to whether that cut was the product of a butt or a punch, we're not sure. We showed you the punch in the first round that could have caused the cut. There's head contact which also could have caused the cut. So we're not sure which was the instance in which Reggie Johnson's right eye got sliced open. Now we go to round 3.
Whenever Roy Jones spreads his legs any length of a way, he's trying to get in a power shot. And I think Reggie's corner should be advising him not allow this guy to spread his legs.
How do you stop him?
What you do is just stay close, real close to him. Make him back up everything after he backs up.
I'm pretty sure Don Turner would want Reggie Johnson to crowd Jones a lot more than he's doing.
When he spreads his legs, he can also just kind of move back a little bit and make him bring his feet together again.
We're told, incidentally, that Johnson's corner firmly believes that the cut over Reggie's right eye was from the butt, not from the punch in round 1. Of course, it's in their best interest to believe that. Johnson with a looping left hand, and now digging to Jones's body. Jones backs him up with a right.
Now, when he backs his legs up, move back a little bit and make him start all over again. This is what Reggie has to do.
Hold on, let's go, let's go. Don't push him in, Rod. Don't push him in, Rod.
Roy Jones doesn't like using his left jab, so he uses everything with his feet. Spreads them apart.
And does Roy drop his left hand so low because he wants you to fire the right so you counter over it?
He spreads himself because he doesn't use a jab. He's looking for the same thing that you could create with a right jab or left jab.
Punch combination by Jones. Too much speed for Johnson to handle. More lead right hands. Reggie Johnson backing up against the ropes and not throwing, blinded by Jones's speed.
Roy Jones is pretty clever. He knows all this is created in the middle of the ring, so he's not going to throw everything while this guy's on the rope. Try to pull him back out to the middle of the ring and do what you did originally.
Has there ever, in the history of the sport, been a 175-pound fighter with the kind of hand speed that Roy Jones has?
He's gifted. He started off in the lighter weights, and just like one of those jet pilots. Speed moved up with him, and you see what happened. That hurt.
Whoa. Reggie Johnson has never been knocked out. And now round 3 comes to a close. Or did it? The knockdown. Want to see it again?
You see Roy gets a chance to spread his feet. Boom. Straight right hand right on the button. And it bent his knees. You don't allow him to spread his legs. Once again, he's got it. Happens so quickly that you just can't duck.
Second knockdown in 3 rounds. Second time Johnson's been knocked down by a quick, straight right hand. This one set up by a left. The one in the first round was a single punch knockdown.
Seldom you see guys with that kind of speed, accuracy, and then have the power to go along with it. You just don't see it now.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it through the first 3?
3-0, 30-25, Roy Jones Jr. You certainly have to give him an extra point in round 1. You got to give him an extra point in round 3. Personally, I thought they should have sent in a doctor in the corner at the end of the 3rd round to look at Reggie Johnson. There was no doctor in there. I tell you, I still think Reggie Johnson's coming out for the 4th round hurt. But this is all Roy Jones. Look at that.
Yep, we could see a finish here. Well called, Harold, as Reggie Johnson has no legs, or at least is diminished, beginning round 4.
Well, one thing about this, Reggie is one of the best fighters in this weight class ever. He doesn't even know what to do. Roy Jones is there and beyond.
Yep. Johnson looking hesitant and confused as he trained hard, had a good plan, was mentally focused and prepared, and has simply been dazzled by Jones's overwhelming physical gifts.
Seldom you see a guy get to this stage as Roy Jones has and continuously gets into the ring in shape.
Roy firing to the body that time. Jones has become increasingly fond of body punches in the past 4 or 5 fights. Very proud last year when he knocked Virgil Hill out with a body shot here.
That goes to show you he's holding something back right now. Hasn't been able to get in a good body shot. That ever happened, my goodness. You just cannot drop your hands when you're boxing Roy Jones. They have to be up. You ducking, cover your face.
George, I know you're a big Oscar De La Hoya fan. You have a lot of admiration for Trinidad and Prince Nassim and various other fighters in the sport. Is Roy your pound-for-pound #1?
I've never seen anything like this. Roy Jones reminds me of a little more Muhammad Ali, stinging hook with Joe Frazier. He's everything you'd want to see in a fighter, and you're not going to see that much. I can't tell you that about the other guys. They are great.
The reflexes of a Ray Leonard or a Ray Robinson.
Anything you want, he has it. I mean, he got body punching power.
So it's been all Roy Jones for the first 4 rounds.
And like Oscar De La Hoya, he has courage.
Yeah. Sensational uppercut snaps Johnson's head back. And Roy beginning to clown just a little bit for the audience here.
You can't play with Reggie, though. You can't play with him.
Roy even looks away to try to tempt Reggie to come off the ropes. And dances with Elmo Adolph for further entertainment. One-sided CompuBox numbers reflecting Jones's overwhelming dominance against a guy who was regarded as one of his toughest opponents ever.
Do you understand?
Here's the uppercut, George.
There you are, and that's something you don't expect Roy Jones to do. You have to keep your hands in position at all times.
Seated at ringside, Reggie Johnson's mother, Norma Johnson, remembering now why all those years ago she wasn't sure she wanted her son to box.
This is the time. This is what it's all about. You can't win them all.
Let's get all this ice out of here. Let's keep this
all right, ice and moisture in Johnson's corner. I wonder if Reggie's handlers thought maybe they could concoct a little delay here.
Does nothing but help Reggie.
That's right.
Let's go, fellas.
He's definitely the beneficiary. Now they start round 5 of a scheduled 12.
Now, Reggie, when you can't do anything else, go back to your basics. Use your left jab, feint, come in with your right jab, feint, come in with a little right hook every now and then, box. Nothing else is working. The basics, always you can call on your basics.
The problem, of course, is what's coming back.
No, you can, the basics. He stepped out of the basics, reaching out for hard shots with Roy Jones a little early on, throwing combinations without understanding what he's doing. But now he can go back to the basics. He's been a boxer for many years. If you throw a right jab, a left jab, right jab at this point, at Roy Jones Jr., you're not going to miss him. You take the power off of it, you're going to get him.
Landing 3 punches. Johnson manages to connect with a right.
Once again, he drops his right hand.
Drops his right hand.
You can't do that. Your defense has to be set because this guy is so quick. You can't depend on your reflexes.
Roy's just looking for another opening for that straight right hand lead. Fires it there.
Reggie stepping back just to counter one time. Looking for one good counter straight left hand.
That time Jones stepping into the right hand and Johnson hugging him up to stop the momentum.
Still looking for one shot, Reggie. Roy's got his legs spread, so he's intending to land a hard shot.
Well, it's an almost insurmountable task facing Johnson now because he's bound to be 4, 5, 6 points down on the scorecard. He hasn't had a knockout past the 5th round since 1993. And he's going against a guy who is overwhelming him and swamping him with punching accuracy and activity. And putting on a show. He would have to go back to the basics, try to break Roy down to the body, and set him up for something in the late round.
Right jab, you double up on your jab, you go to the body, you feint. It's the auto self-defense. This is the time to defend yourself.
He's not doing any of that.
You see, boxing was invented so that the smaller guy, the frailer guy, can have an advantage with the skills. Use your skills.
To the right, move to the right.
Hey, Reggie.
Got another one.
Listen, Reggie.
Whoa. And you saw the one punch Johnson landed. It was that winging right hand around the top.
Man. The guy's quick. You can see that, right? You got to nullify his speed, man. You got to crowd him and throw punches and make him back up. You letting him be the aggressor. Come on, man.
Come on, right there. Hot shot him and then move out. Don't stay there. Let it work. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to catch him clean. Let it work. Deep breath.
Kid Gavilan invented the bolo punch.
Seconds.
Kid Gavilan landed it a little harder than that a lot of times.
Sometimes when you're not doing what you want to do, you just get the crowd involved by doing funny things. This is sometimes still the circus, you know.
Roy, conscious of the fact that there are fans here who may not have seen Kid Gavilan in his prime, just wanted to show him a little glimpse.
Boy, there's a lot of water falling off of Roy Jones. This ring can become very slippery.
So where's the Reggie Johnson right hook that KO'd William Guthrie when Guthrie came at him?
Roy Jones has a little height advantage, and he spreads his legs apart. When he's jumping too much, he gets out of the way.
And now a fusillade of punches by Jones. Pop, pop, pop. Johnson ducking and slipping, fires a right hand.
Now he's allowing Johnson to step back on his left foot. There you go. He brings him back into the middle of the ring. This is where he's got the advantage. Reggie touches him on the shoulder with his right hand every now and then just to know where he is.
One element of the Jones plan he has completely fulfilled here. Told us that he would try in every round to remind Johnson who the man is. He wanted psychological domination. He's had it ever since round 1. And you heard Don Turner between rounds pleading with his fighter to be more aggressive.
There you go, a good right hook that by Reggie Jackson.
By Reggie Johnson.
Johnson, I'm sorry. Reggie got in a good right hook. It wasn't hard, but it made Roy Jones understand you're still in a boxing match.
It halted the Jones combination flurry.
He touches him here and there. He keeps that right hand too low.
Meaning Reggie Johnson.
Reggie Johnson, he drops it. If you're going to drop it low, then put it on the side of your chin that your hand is low, that you're carrying the hand low on. Roy Jones has succeeded in allowing Reggie to get some confidence in the latter round. That's something he shouldn't.
Well, in this round only.
Yeah. Oh, his confidence would never wane. He got up from the floor, didn't run and hide. When you're in the light heavyweight, you just can't go on one punch. You got to finish it up. Comes back with that hook.
Left-right combination by Jones. Another left by Jones. Another busted right hand across the chops of Johnson. And this despite the fact that the last minute of the round has been Johnson's best minute in quite some time. The 1960s were among the most volatile and turbulent decades in American history. In the world of sport, no event would so transcend the playing fields as the 1968 Summer Olympics. In August, Sports of the 20th Century presents Fists of Freedom, a documentary which looks back at the origin, the individuals, and the after effects of the moment when African-American athletes changed the face of sports forever.
You got to get closer and let your hands go, man. Do you understand?
You were in Mexico City when...
You got to get close and throw combinations, man.
Tommy Smith and John Carlos held their fists up on the victory stand.
I was there.
How aware were you of their actions, and how did it affect you?
It affected the Olympic teams more than anything. Inside the village, it had a shock effect. No one wanted to lose a teammate. And we felt like our teammate had been kicked off the team. It scared us. We were hurt. No matter who you are. We didn't understand the media aspect of it.
Did it influence your decision to wave little American flags after you won your gold medal, or was that something you would have done anyway?
Well, I think even Tommy Smith and John Carlos really were there because of that flag. Don't forget that. They had something else to say. I can't quite. These were patriotic guys.
Harold, how'd you have it through 6?
Jim, I think this is incredible. 6-0, 60-52, Roy Jones Jr. I mean, I've never seen such an incredible performance of speed and power. He's fighting a good light heavyweight. This is no slouch in there, and he's doing everything. Doubling his left hooks, great right hand leads, pounding away at the body, good defense, good ring generalship, stays away from Johnson's shots. I think it's all Roy Jones, and I think it's a heck of a performance he's putting on against a real good fighter.
We showed you CompuBox numbers coming into the fight that showed Reggie Johnson had landed close to 40% of his punches against his last two opponents. Tonight, 33 out of 205, 16% connect percentage. Just can't get anything going against Jones, and Jones is landing more than half his punches.
Jones is starting to use the left jab at the beginning of the round. He jab, double jab, and things of that nature also. Just doesn't have the confidence once he gets the guy on the ring, on the ropes. Yeah. Seem to want to pull him back off every time. Now, if you're Reggie, you exploit that. Do what you're going to do and go back to the ropes.
Reggie Johnson with a hard right hand to the body. Jones pops and moves.
Reggie going to the body, but it's not about wearing the body down. He's trying to load this guy into a hard, straight left hand. Now, when Roy Jones Jr. gets on the rope, he doesn't have any room to plant and further move his right foot. So then he's vulnerable.
Now he gets back into the middle of the ring, where he's been able to land that right-hand lead at will.
Yeah, because he's able to spread that leg. The right leg gets further and further back. Reggie's corner told him to get on this guy. They were exactly correct. It takes courage.
And after using the right-hand lead almost exclusively for the first 5 rounds, Jones in the last 2 rounds begins, as George Foreman points out, to land the left jab. And that sets up stuff like this.
And a good body shot by Roy Jones for the first time. He's going to the body.
Sends Johnson into the peekaboo stance, fires combinations. We've seen what he can do to the body.
You notice Johnson on the rope. He's able to exploit Roy Jones Jr. Gets back to the middle of the ring. Nothing there. Got to hit him and slide back into that uncertain territory.
Reggie Johnson just trying to land something, throwing soft punches to the chest of Roy Jones.
Oh, don't put so much water on him. It's dangerous out there,
We'll get it up.
It's getting dangerous, but I see out here it's getting dangerous.
When you hit, bro. Go ahead, shoot. All of them hit. All right. You lean into it. Man to the back. You lean into the left, you go southpaw. You might be able to get a hook in. You lean over to the left a lot. Try to see what you can see. Try to get a right uppercut in, too. Or right hand. It's going to nullify his hook. If you turn southpaw, you're going to be further away from his hook, and then you're out with your jab next to him.
Get on him when you hit him.
another look at Roy Jones's combination punching ability as Reggie Johnson comes back with some stuff to the body. And Jones says, yes, those are my ribs. Now here's my right hand. Reggie Johnson averaging only 33 punches per round and landing fewer than 20% of them. Now tries to start off round 8 with a rally.
You notice whenever he's up close throwing shots, nothing happened to him. You got to keep on him, stay right on him. It's a safety zone there. You get a corner man, you get coaches, you're supposed to study the films, find out your safety zone, find out your power shots, what can happen in what spot of the gym. You don't follow a guy everywhere.
Reggie Johnson has been on the canvas twice, knocked down in the first, knocked down in the third, both times by straight right hands. He was also cut over the right eye in the first round, maybe by Jones's straight right hand, maybe by an unintentional headbutt. Hard to tell.
There it goes again. That's the safety zone. You want to keep that up. If you're Reggie, stay right there. Don't get back only to rest.
In the late rounds of his battle with Lou Duval at Madison Square Garden last
Hook
summer,
to the body hurt Reggie.
yeah, that was a hard left-hand body shot.
Right there by Roy Jones.
Yep. I was about to
Reggie is
say,
trying to recuperate. He's moving around because of it.
and Jones fires his straight right upstairs, trying to take advantage. Now popping the jab.
Roy was able to allow him to recuperate, so now he's going to go right back to getting him into the rope.
There used to be a time when Roy Jones didn't want to fight southpaws, didn't like fighting. Now he's gotten so used to it, he's creating more and more ways of attacking against the southpaw.
You notice he never changes anything about himself. He doesn't look to plant his left foot anywhere. He just boxes as though he's fighting a regular right-hander.
Fourth straight time he's defended his title against the southpaw. He's not really worried about it anymore. I was going to say, George, that in the later rounds of his battle with Lou Duval last summer in Madison Square Garden in New York, Jones clearly got bored and distracted. And it helped to lead to the first knockdown of his career as Duval was able to knock him down. Johnson has to be hoping that Roy's mind will wander again as he has completely dominated the first 7 rounds.
Another thing you can pay some attention to, the referees. Whenever Reggie gets Roy on the rope, the referee comes in and says, get back. Now, wait a minute. You can still fight on the rope.
All right, let's go. Get out, fellas. Get out.
Star-studded crowd in Biloxi. Evander Holyfield across the ring in the middle of your shot, looking right at you. And farther over to the left extreme edge of the screen, right behind Roy Jones, is Michael Jordan. Everybody loves to come to boxing matches.
That's good. That's it. Didn't see nothing on that side.
No, we're in Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Glamour, the pump.
M-I-S-S-I, S-S-I-P-P-I.
Put some on top of the gun.
Let's try to put three together at least.
Body punishment, George.
You know, Roy Jones had started just whenever he wanted to, but that's his calling card. Throw hard shots to the body. Another. Those things hurt.
Seconds. Let's go, corner.
When your corner telling you to go.
Norma Johnson's son, Reggie, way down in the fight. Way behind on the scorecards. Roy Jones leaking about a gallon of water onto the ring canvas right now. I don't know how they're going to keep their footing in this corner of the ring, because Roy came back in as though he had just emerged from the shower.
Reggie picks up the pace a little bit, trying to find a way.
Pop, pop. Jones's hand speed still there. Hard right to the body by Reggie Johnson. And the blood begins to flow again next to Reggie's right eye. How about the cut in the corner of the eye like that, George? Bothersome because the blood trickles in?
Yes, bothersome. And also, people don't understand that losing blood in a boxing match sure can make you weak.
Even from the small cuts?
Small cuts. Every bit of your body, you've been training for months. You haven't been bleeding in the gym. You need every drop. Only he can make Roy Jones lose his temper a little bit and just get wild like that. Then Reggie's in business. You want him to keep doing that. That's the only chance that Reggie can get something in himself.
Partially blocked right hand shot. Jones loading up right hands and trying to look for a knockout here.
And for a moment he lost his concentration and started winging them a little without any accuracy. That's when you want to counter.
But Reggie didn't counter.
Reggie, like I said, the losing of the blood, the knockdown, bended his legs a few times.
The discouragement, the confusion, the blinding hand speed of Roy Jones. The counter punches that hurt. The fact that it's a hard sport, not an easy sport. The fact that you train months to get yourself ready for disappointment like this, if you're Reggie Johnson, it's tough.
Yeah, but the fight goes on. You got to think like the hare in the tortoise say. Let the rabbit get away. Win the race, thinking he's winning. When he goes to sleep, pass him up. That was the first jab that Reggie was able to land that time.
Hard right hand lands for Jones. Little left hook behind it. Straight right hand lands again. Johnson not punching as Jones goes to work.
Those body shots, they hurt.
Wins the 9th round by about 6 miles.
All right, we run around. That's all I want. All I want. Look at this. Let's keep running around.
Stand coming out. Right, Reggie?
You got 3 more rounds, man. Come on. Let's go, man. You got 3 more rounds. You want to be champion of the world, man? Come on, let's go.
Okay, Reggie? All right. Do it. Let's do it.
Feeling good? Are we going to the 10?
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah.
In 2 separate rounds here tonight by CompuBox numbers, Reggie Johnson has landed 1 punch in 1 round, 2 punches in another round. Jones, you'll recall, once held Vinny Pazienza to 0 connects for a complete round. That's the only time in the history of CompuBox punch counting that a fighter held an opponent without a connect in an entire round. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 9?
Jim, you know, those numbers only point out the fact that you have to give Roy Jones credit for great defense as well as ring generalship and great punching. 90-79, 9 rounds to nothing. Roy Jones Jr. I think he's just pitching a shutout. I think it's one of the best performances I ever saw him put on against the current reigning world champion. I mean, this is some performance by Jones. Quick, he's got as much speed now as he did in the first round.
Don't let
Only the 2 two-point rounds.
Jim, let me point out something. Elbow in, I've just warned Roy Jones for measuring Reggie Johnson. Some referees will let you get away with it as long as you keep the glove closed. Elmo's not letting Roy measure Reggie Johnson. He wants him to pull the left arm back.
George? Jones just so much quicker.
I think the biggest mistake for Reggie was to get in that knockout in the last to win the world championship by way of knockout. Started put A lot of confidence into power that just was not there tonight.
Well, but he was perfectly satisfied to go for the decision against Will Taylor a few months ago to set this fight up. Maybe he felt coming in tonight as though his best chance was going to be to knock Roy out.
Yeah, but it seems to me all night he's been waiting to counter and get in one big shot.
Johnson was very respectful of Jones in pre-fight publicity. When he came to news conferences to promote the fight, as was the case here in the past week, he said, hey, I'm the underdog and I ought to be the underdog. Everybody knows who Roy is, but I'm planning to win the fight in big style.
Roy is totally dropping his hands as though he has no regard, no respect for Reggie now.
Well, I think he feels as though he's taken all the snap out of Reggie's punches with his body punching and the punishment he's dealt out.
And he still possesses his speed. I'm Reggie. Put my feet together and start walking this guy down, throwing hard shots.
Low blow by Johnson. Jones points it out to Adolph. Adolph properly warns Reggie to keep him up.
You see, when you're fighting a guy and he spreads his legs, he's farther and farther away from you. What do you want to do? Don't spread yours also. Bring those feet together and walk them down, keeping the feet no more than 1 foot apart from one another.
Looks like it's a lesson Johnson will have to learn for another fight. Those are gruesome numbers in only one round of the fight, as Reggie Johnson landed in double figures by CompuBox punch count.
You got 2 rounds left in you, man.
He got to catch up. We ain't got to catch up.
Don Turner wants to know if Reggie's got 2 rounds left in him.
Keep your arm busy like you did that round. Make a mistake, don't you do stuff. It'll work.
Growth every time. You understand? Big.
Boy, Larry Merchant would have something to say about right now.
He's saying it at home.
Call us up, Larry.
Elsewhere in Mississippi, at the United States Women's Open Golf Championships, Reggie Johnson's punch stat numbers would make a pretty good scorecard.
Uh-oh.
He'd be the only player in the field with a hole-in-one.
As I was saying earlier, when a puncher spreads his leg, don't you spread yours also. You bring your feet closer together and march him down.
You all right? Huh? All right, hold on. Box, let's go.
See how far Reggie's left hand is from Roy Jones?
Yeah.
Brings his foot up just a little closer. Bring it up a little closer. Don't spread your legs.
Brings his foot up closer and goes to the body with the left hand.
He's in business.
Get out. Let's go.
Continuing to add polish to what has been a brilliant, dominant performance against Reggie Johnson so far. Johnson, a seasoned professional, has to be totally realistic about the scorecards, looking for some way to find a knockout opportunity.
I think the crowd made Roy Jones start picking up the punches.
You think the crowd was too quiet for his
crowd started to boo just a little bit, and he didn't like that. He's a performer like anyone else, like any other rapper. I want the crowd to boo you.
Pounding Johnson back into the ropes with right hands.
body punching this time.
Don't hold. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Get out.
What do you want to bet Roy makes a spirited bid to try to knock Reggie out in the 12th round?
Yeah, he's conserving his energy right now for something. He didn't expel too much energy in the middle rounds there.
Round 11 will come to a close. Another dominant performance by Jones.
Okay, let's go around, baby. Wipe that floor. Over here, baby. You want another call on your back? Let's go around. They can find you. You can't win unless you knock you out, baby. On his back, dog. I know it's precise.
Two combinations.
Last round. Relax, don't shake it.
Last round, baby. Come on, baby. Last round.
Last round, champ. Come out and touch gloves, okay?
Okay.
Last round, champ. Come out and touch gloves.
Come here, son. Hey, baby. All right, George.
Reggie Johnson has never had a 12th round knockout in his career. In round 11, by CompuBox numbers, he landed 2 out of 32 punches, another terrific golf score. And Roy Jones was relaxed enough to say hello to the round card girl as she passed by his corner.
Means he's paying attention to the rounds, huh?
There you go. He was pleased to see that it was round 12, I guess. So here's the last stanza of what has been so far a virtuoso demonstration of the most incomparable set of talents in the sport of boxing.
One thing I can say about Oscar De La Hoya, a fighter's going like this, he will take a chance. He didn't care. He'll go for a knockout.
Hey, listen, you used the right word for De La Hoya earlier. His courage is proven, and few fighters have had more chances to prove it because of the tough circumstances he's been in.
De La Hoya is high on my list. I think number 10 as far as courage, as far as everyone else being number 7 and 8.
Roy Jones, however, has all of these gifts in his arsenal. And now Jones choosing whether to go all out in an effort to close the show with a flourish or simply taking what will be an overwhelmingly easy decision, while Reggie Johnson continues to look for an opportunity to land one overwhelming, life-changing shot.
You know, Muhammad Ali was kind of like that. Get ahead on a fight. Never wanting to hurt the other guy too much.
Well, there's so much moisture in Jones's corner, it's not surprising that Johnson went down. That was another hard right-hand lead by Roy Jones.
Roy Jones got a little mercy in his gloves, too.
Now Reggie Johnson wants to fire the jab.
I think Roy Jones is saying to himself, look, this guy didn't disrespect me, stayed in his place. I'm just going to be satisfied and just winning the fight, because there were some opportunities for him to really hurt Reggie. He didn't do it.
Jones appreciates professionalism, and he was quoted several times before this fight saying, hey, I respect Reggie. He's a champion and a pro fighter and somebody who's really good. I'm just going to beat him.
He's doing the old cat and mouse game now. Hit your hole.
Punch inside. Don't just wrestle. Let's punch inside.
Reggie Johnson talking to Jones now as we come down the stretch.
Reggie's mom and dad can be proud. He's finished. Got up and kept fighting.
Let's go. Get out. Break it clean. Break it clean.
They could have been proud even if he were knocked out. There's no embarrassment in losing to as great a fighter as Roy Jones Jr. And a little air of anticlimax for the crowd as they feel they've known who the winner would be since round 1. Probably most were hoping to see a knockout as the icing on the cake, but Reggie Johnson able to go the distance, although overwhelmed by the multiple talents of Jones. Here's the hard right hand and the slip in the Jones corner.
There you go.
This close to being a knockdown, Roy? I mean,
that was power right behind it, but the slip was what it was all about.
Freudian slip, me calling you Roy. Your brother Roy, seated over here at ringside. Your buddy Roy up here in the ring.
Just don't call me too late for dinner.
No one ever has, have they?
Not yet.
And some highlights now of the 12 rounds of dominance by Jones against Reggie Johnson. It started in round number 1. Straight right hand, knockdown. And then in round 3, more of the same. This one will be a left hand to set it up, and then the other straight right, knockdown again. And then through the closing rounds, there were some brutal body shots. Here's in round 4, more of Jones with the right hand. And that brutal body shot with the left hand in round 8.
Number 1, I told y'all.
Hard to imagine that he lost a round. Let's go to Michael Buffer to hear the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges, Paul Sita, Kova Jesus, and Chuck Hassett, score the bout 120 to 106 for the winner, who is now the unified light heavyweight champion of the world from Pensacola, Florida, Roy Jones Jr.
Final CompuBox numbers, and these will be as lopsided as any you've ever seen. Jones outlanding Johnson by 224 punches. Jones throwing 140 more punches than Johnson. Johnson landing at a connect percentage of 13%, about 1/3 the rate at which he was landing punches against other fighters coming in. And 52% connect percentage for Roy. Roy, you getting a look at these total punch numbers? You're familiar with this stuff from...
When you get 30 years old, you know, sometimes things seem a little different. But first, I'd like to thank God for giving me the opportunity, for blessing me to come out and perform the way I do. I love everybody. I'd like to say what's up to all the troops up in Kosovo. Happy birthday to all my friends around the world. Happy Mother's, Father's Day, anything I might have missed because I've been off the air for a while. But I really enjoy performing for my people. I really love fighting. I really enjoy doing what I do, and I love when I have good competition. If Larry was here, Larry would say, Roy, did he hurt you at any time in the fight? Larry, nah, he didn't hurt me. He got heavy hands, but he's much too slow for me. Do you feel it? Do you feel as though fighting all the left-handers got you properly prepared for Reggie Johnson? Well, you know, it's kind of like I know how to fight any handed guy. You don't make a difference if it's left-handed, right-handed. I know how to do what it takes to win. So when Roy Jones comes out there to do what it takes to win. And that's all Roy's about. What's up, Big George?
Any other Larry questions you know of at this point?
Larry probably got a lot of them for me, but I answer them when I see him. I knew those would be 2. So I did that for my boy Larry, because Larry, all right, Larry has learned to love me, you know, and I really appreciate that.
Well, there are a lot of people who are learning to love you and your talent. This was a big occasion. I know there was special satisfaction in the first round knockout of Montel Griffin when you were avenging that disqualification. This was as great a performance as you could possibly have put together for 12 rounds in our eyes. You agree?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Anytime you bring somebody that think they can beat me, I love it. And I like Reggie. I enjoy Reggie coming. My father worked with Reggie and got Reggie real good, but the one time I sparred with Reggie, I knew I was much too fast for Reggie. That's why I sparred one round and got down, because I knew I could beat him. My father didn't think we'd fight, but I knew we'd fight. And, you know, sometimes, like I said, God tells people things through other sources. So God was telling me that this day would come, so I was prepared for it. I knew I just had to be in good shape. Thank you for the basketball. Basketball got me excellent shape. Thank Rex Morgan and the Gulf Coast Sun Dogs, because they helped me. They worked hard. We ran a lot, and that took my mind off of boxing, which didn't make it so boring for me to get prepared for this fight.
Yeah, it's good to do 9 different things. Now, was there a temptation in the later rounds, because the crowd got a little bored, was there a temptation in the later rounds to risk a little more and go for the knockout?
A big temptation, but that's where that self-discipline comes in. You have to be self-disciplined. That's what I got. That's why, like Ice Cube say, I'm a vet. You know, I've been doing this thing for 20 years. I know how to keep my composure, maintain, and, you know, I came in the fight, I had a bruised rib from training, but I didn't complain. I didn't say nothing to nobody because I don't have excuses. You know what I'm saying? I came to win. My mother.
Somebody managed to bruise your rib in training?
Well, actually, what happened was I got caught. I threw a hook and I got through a body shot and it caught me turned wrong, but I didn't stop. He didn't know he bruised my rib because I don't care. Because nothing's gonna stop Roy Jones when Roy Jones comes to win. Bodyhead Entertainment coming out. I got a new CD coming out about August, so look on my website. You can get that too. You heard a little bit of it tonight.
And speaking of websites, we asked a question on our HBO Boxing website tonight, which was, of course, if Roy beats Reggie Johnson, would you like to see him go up and campaign as a heavyweight? Here are the results. We had more than 6,000 people vote. 59% said yes. 41% said no. What about your vote?
My vote is whatever the most people want. If people want to see me fight a heavyweight fight, and there's a chance to fight for 6 titles in one night, of course, you know Roy Jones Jr. is going to accept the challenge. I'm not afraid to fight anybody. I'm not afraid to fight anywhere, anytime. I don't care. I don't have excuses. I'm very disappointed in the fact that Roberto Garcia thought that we were setting him up to take a decision.
We told the story at the beginning of the evening about Garcia leaving.
That really hurt me, but I had to come in and perform extra hard for Smoke to let Smoke know that just because things happen to you like that in life, you know, God gives us downfalls to find out how badly we want to achieve our goals. And that was just another downfall that God put in his way so that he can make sure that when Smoke gets an opportunity, he will be ready.
You'll keep working to help your buddy Derek Gainer get a title shot.
That was my main reason for taking this fight, because I wanted Smoke to get a title shot. So when the fight fell through, I guess you know it crushed my.
So it was more about Smoke than about you unifying the light heavyweight championship.
All that was for Smoke. All that was for Smoke. You know, that really, it didn't mean much to me. I know I'm the best fighter in the world. I know can't nobody beat me when I'm on my game. I had nothing to prove. I was doing that for Smoke Gainer. And
you had something to prove.
And all my other guys. I got Johnny Augustus, right, all my rap guys. I'm doing that for all these people.
If you had something to prove, you would have proved it tonight. Roy, thank you very much. Congratulations. Former light heavyweight champion Reggie Johnson here.
Thank you, man.
Hand speed, 7-9, baby.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Reggie, you're a pro, but you were in against a buzzsaw. I mean, you got knocked down in the first, you got knocked down in the third. From that point forward, you had to be looking for a big shot.
Well, you know, that first fight, he didn't even hurt me. I kind of seemed like I slipped a little bit. The second fight was a good, legitimate shot. It stunned me. But, you know, I recuperated real quick. I got to get a man his props. Superior hand speed, and my whole thing was trying to time him. And, you know, I would be foolish to just try to run in there, because this guy's hand speed is unbelievable.
As the rounds went by, you were landing fewer and fewer punches, and it seemed as though you must have just been waiting for the one opportunity for him to make a mistake.
Well, not only that, I'm going in there with caution, because, like I tell you, the punch that gets you is the one you don't see. So, you know, my thing was to strategize and get inside and try to, like, pit-pat and catch Roy with something big. Maybe with my big right hook. But, you know, his hand speed, you know, this guy, he do a lot of things wrong, but his hand speed makes up for everything.
Hey, listen, you're a student of the game. Don Turner, you're a student of the game. Our website viewers, people who voted there, they want to see Roy go up and campaign as a heavyweight. You think he can do damage as a heavyweight?
Well, you know, conceive it, believe it. The human mind is a powerful thing. We can do anything that we conceive in our mind and have the faith to do. So, I mean, you know, if Roy decided to do that, you know, I'm pretty sure he had the hand speed and he's smart enough to do it. I think the only thing I liked tonight was matching his hand speed. I just couldn't, you know, I thought I could come in and make up with that with my timing, but I just couldn't do it.
You train Evander Holyfield. Could Roy Jones hold his own against Evander Holyfield?
You know, I don't think so. You know, Roy Jones is a very, very good fighter. Awful lot of speed. I don't think he's strong enough for a guy like Evander. You know, in spite of his hand speed, Holyfield got good hand speed too. And Holyfield would just press him. I think he's just too big for him.
Well, we'll see what happens. Don, Reggie, thank you very much for your time and the professional effort. Hey, listen, it's our privilege to have you. All right?